Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
This segment is sponsored by Palm Mechanics. Well, good morning and thanks for joining us today again on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined again by Matt Dix. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, you're the owner of Palm Mechanics and you're working on a job today. It's right behind us. Look at this beautiful palm tree that you guys have been working on.
Yes, ma'am. We are actually doing some diamond cuts on some Pendo palms, as well as some full service on some Palmetto palms. We work with all species of palms, just get them in a thriving state.
Love it. So the reason why we're doing this segment today is we wanted to be able to show what the process looks like whenever you actually come out to somebody's house and work on these trees. What are some reasons why your customers have called Palm Mechanics instead of trying to do this themselves?
One of the bigger reasons we find is lack of knowledge to the types of palm trees they have and how to care for them properly. Another real big reason is not having the proper tools. You know, we don't use chainsaws on our palm trees. We've spent years dialing in our handcrafted process. Another big reason is ladders. You know, some of these trees can get pretty tall and sketchy. Not to mention the amount of debris that come off of these trees. Transportation issues, no way to really haul this stuff away. Any of those reasons, we're here to help.
And we were looking at some of these palm fronds earlier. Is that what they're called?
These are actually boots.
The boots.
Yes, ma'am.
He's all about the education, y'all.
Yes, ma'am. Let me grab
Show me one of these
for
boots. This is why you shouldn't try to do it yourself. You're gonna get hurt.
These things can be pretty messy, pretty rough. If you'll notice, there's spikes on the side here that can cut you, have you bleeding. Also, you'll notice how it's real wet right here. These things actually act as a pocket holding the dirt, creating extra moisture issues, the bugs, the germination. So with us cutting these off, it's a diamond cut, cleaning these trunks up, we basically eliminate those pockets for the pest and get the tree overall just easier to look at and work with.
And I've said this before, but once you see what a good palm tree looks like, you never go back. He has ruined palm trees for me. Whenever I drive around, I know if he's done a palm tree or not. Because, I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous. It looks so much better. And it really just makes you happy to go in your yard.
It does. It does. Thank you.
All right, so you mentioned this before, but you guys do not use chainsaws for a number of reasons. What are some of those reasons?
One of the biggest reasons, really, this is just an example. This side here has been cut with a chainsaw. Looks like you put a beaver in the tree and let him chew on it.
It does.
This side here, super clean, easier to work with. That's our cut. It just makes a big difference on the tools you use and how to care for these trees properly. Tools is the big thing.
And it also gives you the freedom to be able to do these jobs, you know, later at night or early in the morning. We're not making hardly any noise right now, and it's pretty early.
Absolutely. We do night jobs. Some of our motels, when the pools close at night, we go in and we're able to do all of that. First thing in the morning, we kind of slide in, extremely quiet. All the tools we use don't make noise.
Love it. So if somebody's watching right now and they have a palm that they want you to come check out, what are the options on how they can get that taken care of?
We tried our best to make this process as easy as possible. Like most others, we do a on-site free evaluation estimate. And for some of our busier customers, I'd say, we have an online option. You can send us photos of the trees or trees you have concerns about, and we can do an evaluation that way. Basically, you can send us a photo via text, email. You can send us a photo online at our website, Facebook Messenger. Whatever's easiest for you, send those photos in. We'll give an evaluation, shoot you a price that same day. If that's something that we can lock in together, then we'll go ahead and get you set on the schedule. We have a new website, that's palmmechanics843.com, or you can give us a call at 843-455-4456.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
We have quite a treat today on Living Local Carolina. I am joined in studio by Salty Dog Senior Dog Rescue. How are you guys doing?
We're awesome. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So obviously we have a very esteemed guest over here, Otis, who's sitting on the couch with us. But why don't y'all tell me first a little bit about what you do and the whole purpose behind your mission?
Sure, absolutely. We are a senior-based rescue. We only take dogs 6 and older. We get dogs from owner surrender as well as from shelters. We started in May of 22, and we are a 501c3. We are totally operated by volunteers, located in Pawleys Island, but we have fosters as far north as Little River and as far south as Charleston. And then we adopt out animals out of state. We've had people come 4-6 hours just to adopt some of our senior dogs.
Okay, so senior dogs, obviously there's a specific purpose why.
My partner and I both started working in animal rescue years ago, and we noticed that the senior dogs come in and they kind of get overlooked. People are looking for puppies or younger dogs, and most of these dogs have already been in a home, so they are surrendered or dropped off at a shelter, and then they just are there kind of overwhelmed, never been in that type of environment before. So we just felt a need to come and draw those dogs out, put them in a foster home as opposed to a shelter, and then focus more attention on them so that they get adopted.
You're closing that gap for dogs like Otis.
Yes. We enjoy what we do. We also, another thing that is important to us is estate planning. We really feel like people need to focus on what's going to happen to their animals should something happen to them. Too many people assume that family or friends are going to take their dog, and actually cats as well, and then what happens is they get dropped off at a shelter instead.
Well, I'm back today at the Myrtle Beach Colored School Museum and Education Center, and I'm joined by Cookie. How are you, Cookie?
I am well. How are you, Katie?
I'm doing great.
Yes.
But tell me, where are we standing right now?
So right now we are standing in the Museum of African American History at the historic Myrtle Beach Colored School Museum and Education Center.
Yes.
So there's really several spaces, but the one is dedicated to the former students of the color school, and then this is African American history, where Doc Shee Moore serves as the curator, and it talks about or shares our life, the life of African American people in Africa prior to enslavement, and as dark as it was, it's part of history. So we share a little bit about slavery itself, and then some of the significant people, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, all of those up into current day with President Obama, Vice President Kamala Harris.
So talking a little bit about if people want to donate and help you guys out, how can they do that?
Yes, so we're continuously looking for artifacts as they relate to history, and so donations can be made simply by calling us 843-918-1062, or showing up here at the museum and bringing those artifacts. Now, I will say that in order for something to be deemed museum quality or museum eligible, there was a curator, for the classroom part, that a professional person, because, some people brought their grandfather's shoes or their grandfather's hat, and while that is so important and so special, we did not have the space for it. So we just want people to come by, and if they think they have something, but also for locals who have pictures from back in the day that they wish to share we're creating some things at Charlie's Place, which is one of the facilities that we manage, and it's also mentioned here in the Museum of African American History.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
All right, guys, we have quite a treat today. I'm at R&R Dance Studio, and I'm joined by Ro. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so excited. We're going to be doing some Latin dance today. What are we trying?
We're gonna do bachata.
All right, here it is, folks.
Okay. So, what we're gonna learn today is that we are actually gonna learn bachata. So I'm gonna teach you how to dance this lovely dance called bachata. It's very user-friendly because of the fact that it is more on the slow side. Salsa is very fast, and so you do a lot of footwork whenever you do salsa, right? So we've grown, and this area really loves bachata because it's very user-friendly in the beginning. You can kind of grow it up and level it up to be almost as difficult as you want it to be.
Love
but
that. Like
just
Shag.
yes, just like Shag. But
funky
just
with it.
like in the beginning, it's just so easy, and it'll be very, very easy going, so you don't have to stress out about
Okay,
anything.
we're easing in the
Yes,
cable.
yes, absolutely. So here's how we're gonna do this. So it is going to be a 3 steps and tap, okay? We're doing a partner dance, okay? This is something that they did in the Dominican Republic. That's where it comes from,
Okay.
So it's more of like, when you hear traditional bachata, it's gonna be a little bit more islandy and stuff like that, and fast and everything else, okay? But
Lovely.
what we're gonna do is that they've remixed a lot of these different songs and everything, so you have now English versions of bachata music, which
Okay.
is a lot of fun, okay?
Okay.
So the step is gonna go, you're gonna mirror me, yeah? We're gonna go 3 steps and a tap this way, 3 steps and a tap this way, ready?
Okay.
And go. 1, 2, 3, and tap, back 5, 6, 7, and tap, and a 1, 2, 3, and tap, and 5, 6, 7, and tap. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Nice and easy, right?
Okay.
So now we can relax. There we go. We go 1, 2, 3, and tap, and 5, 6, 7, and tap, and 1, 2, 3, and tap, and 5, 6, 7, and tap. Now, as long as you remember your footwork, I can pretty much put you wherever I need to put you, okay? So one of your jobs as a follow is to just remember and make sure that you have your footwork down, okay?
Okay.
Now this is going to be a job and skill and goal for everybody, is to really hone in on their footwork. That's the foundation, that's the core, and that's really what you want to remember, because turning and moving and everything else becomes a lot easier once you know your steps,
Yeah, okay.
Because now I know what foot you're supposed to be on due to that tap. So the tap, whenever we tap, is very important because that's our available foot to go with next, right?
Okay,
Okay?
gotcha.
So when we go forward and back, we're gonna go forward and back. So that means that you're gonna start back on your right foot.
Okay.
It's still the same thing, but you're not gonna come together. You're literally gonna walk back and tap, and then walk forward and tap.
Is it always like 3?
Yes, 2, 3, and tap.
Okay,
One,
but
two,
I'm assuming it
3,
matters
and
which foot you step back and forward with.
So it doesn't, as long as you're tapped and we're both on the correct foot to go forward or back, that's all that
All
matters.
right, word.
Sound good?
All right.
Let's do it. Ready? 5, 6, 7.
Are
Here
we going
go.
back?
And a 1.
Okay, no, we're going to
2,
the side.
3,
Okay.
and tap. 5, 6, 7, and go. 1, 2, 3, and tap.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, and tap. 1, 2, 3, and tap. 5, 6, 7, and tap. 1, 2,
So you
3,
can kinda
and tap.
lead.
Yes,
Okay, that
yes,
makes
yes.
sense. So-
Turning for Latin is going to be very different than turning yourself as a ballerina.
Okay.
When we turn in Latin, we make sure that when you lock this in, everything stays in this little 90-degree form, right? It only goes here, okay? It doesn't push up, okay? Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I will kind of lead through this. I want natural weight of your hand, and you're gonna hook in, so that way now I have control, okay? So now when I turn you, I can actually turn you. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're still allowing me to lead the turn. Now, when we do this, there's going to be a prep before the turn.
Okay, yeah, how do you get into
So when
that?
I prep, I'll prep, we'll tap, nothing happens until you feel the go. Go, turn, and tap.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
girl,
sense.
nice job. And a 1, 2, 3, tap, go 5, 6, 7, yes.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.